Hi guys, so today we'll be solving this problem called longest consecutive sequence. Let's read it. Given an unsorted array of integer nums, return the length of the longest consecutive elements sequence. You must write an algorithm that runs O of n time. Okay, so we've been given an array and we need to find the longest consecutive sequence. The longest consecutive sequence means the elements of adjacent elements are one greater than the current element. Okay, so for example, it should be in this array, it should be 1 2 3 4. So therefore its length is 4. And similarly in this array we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So therefore the length of it is 9. Okay, so one of the solution is by sorting the array, and then we can maintain a streak and you know increase the streak as and when we get an element which is one greater than the previous element. Okay, so we can do that. That is one solution, but we need to do it in O of n. If we sort, it becomes O of n log n. So for that, for having O of n time complexity, we can maintain a set, and in that set we can find, if we have found the element, we find that the current element has so for example, if we have a set, we insert all the elements and then we find which is the element that is new to forming a streak, and we update that element by +1, and every time we update it we find that if that element exists in the set or not, the updated element. If it exists, then we increase the streak. If it doesn't, then we go to the next element. So that we'll be doing here to get a time complexity of O of n. So let's code it and that will be more clear. So I'll be maintaining an ordered set st, and I'll be adding all the nums element into it, and then I'll be running a for loop through the whole array. I'll also maintain one answer, let me call it longest, which maintains the longest streak. Okay, now we come inside and we see, first of all, if st.find nums of I minus 1 is equal to nums dot end, then only we take that condition. Sorry, st dot end. So what does this means? That if our current element is not a part of any of the streak that we have encountered till now, then we form a new streak. Otherwise, we know that it was a part of some other element, and we don't need to, traverse through it again, because we know that the first element that was part of this streak was the longest one. So that is the assumption that we're doing, that if we found an element which is having its nums of I minus 1, which is not having its nums of I minus 1 in the array, then we go and maintain a streak. So streak will be 1 because we are considering that element which has a length 1. So length will be 1 there. And we'll also maintain current, which is the nums of I, which is the current element. Now I run a while loop and I find current plus 1. Okay, I find current plus 1 is not equal to st dot n. So I find current plus 1 in the array. If it exists, then we increase the streak by 1. Okay, and we also increase the current plus 1. So this will give us the consecutive elements, because we are, every time we see a nums and we update it by 1, and if we found a element which has which has a updated version of the current element, if it is there, then we increase the streak. Otherwise we go outside it and we just put the maximum of the streak in the longest, which is maintaining the answer. Okay, and then we will simply come out of the loop and return longest. Okay, now iterating through it again, what we are doing is that we are maintaining a set, we are adding all the elements of the array into the set, then we are maintaining a longest variable which has all the maximum streak which is stored in it. Okay, the maximum length of the streak that is stored in it. Then we run through a for loop, and we check if we have found an element which has nums of I minus 1, then we don't go through this. Okay, if we have found an element which has nums of I minus 1 not present in the set, then we maintain a streak, and then we increase the uh, current element by 1, and we check how much length of current plus 1 can we go to. Okay, how many times if we updated current plus 1, what is the length that we can go to, and then after that we maintain a longest and we put the streak in the longest, and we find the maximum longest length that we have found so far for the streak. And yeah, that's it. So let's run the code to see if everything is working fine. Mm-hmm. Not equal to. Yeah, and that is accepted. So I hope you guys understood the problem. Do solve it and do subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video. Yes, thank you.